Then take a deep breath, because that's what I'm going to have to do. And I thought, well, just a sec. How many of you guys were in Toronto in April 2.5 years ago? Do you remember what happened then with me? I presented on Foxy Friends, and my first grandchild was born while I was on the train to Toronto. But I'm getting ahead of myself. I'll tell the rest of the story in a minute. Hey Stampers, it's the Pampered Stamper. Woo! I just can't help myself. That's how I introduce myself ever since I started doing videos 3 years ago. And I didn't mean to make it a thing, but once you start doing something, sometimes it just catches. So, but I do have a name. I'm Jackie Bolcha, and I live in Chatham, Ontario. I have 5 kids. Well, they're all grown. They're 20 to 31. I have 3 grandchildren. And I have a boyfriend in Holland, but more about him later. Here is little Clementine. I don't know if you can catch that. Am I in the right spot? I'm too quick. He's coming. I know he's focusing. You want me to be closer? Okay. Yes. 9 pounds, 6 ounces, born at home without a midwife and without Oma. But everything is great, okay? So I've been a demonstrator for 14 years. In January, I promoted to Gold Elite, which was pretty awesome. They did ask me, I'm supposed to have another card here, what was my most memorable moment, but I think that's somewhere else, but I'll tell you now. My most memorable moment with Stampin' Up! Was, I used to say it was Founder Circle because I didn't see it coming and I wasn't at convention when they announced it, and it was the last one, and it was amazing. But honestly, I think my most memorable moment now is that I was number 49 in the world. I can't believe it. I still don't know how it's possible. And coming out of little Chatham, Ontario, you know, if you've ever been to Chatham, it's not a big city, so pretty happy about that. Oh, it is right in the middle of my cue card. I missed it. I fell in love with Stampin' Up! For 3 reasons. Number 1 was the color coordination. Number 2, I was a scrapbooker, and I used to use stickers for my my titles. And you know, you'd be missing an E or an I or an A. It drove me crazy. And then you wanted to use up the rest of the stickers, and then you had to make a title with the stickers you already had. And that's frustrating. So the first purchase was alphabet stamps, okay? And then the third reason I fell in love with Stampin' Up!, and I think this is the biggest one, Stampin' Up! Made me feel artistic, okay? I can't draw a stick figure, but when I put a stamp to ink to paper, when I took a sip, oh my word, I thought, I can do this. I can make beautiful things. So that's awesome, isn't it? So my biggest motivation is stamping. There's nothing that makes me happier, well, maybe a few things, but this is up there.
I know one.
Is playing with my stamps, okay, and just having fun. And then making beautiful things, and then I get so excited because I think, oh my goodness, if I like this so much, I can't wait to share it with my people. And so I'm motivated to share, and I'm motivated to sell, okay? There is no shame in wanting to sell. But selling should come naturally, but I'll talk about that as I stamp. I am thrilled to be presenting this gorgeous suite of products to you. Do you want to see it? It's called Parisian Blossoms, so you can look with me. Go to page 14, 15, and 16 in your catalog, and then I will show you what's there because it's much nicer in person. So we'll start with the paper. This is just gorgeous. Look, the Eiffel Towers. And then we've got some nice subtle ones that work well. A little toile, those are little cherry blossoms. Look at this one. Oh my goodness. Can you see that shimmer in there? Okay, then we've got some postage seals, some suitcases. This is just another geometric one that you would use in small doses. And the nice thing is that all the paper has like a gorgeous side that has like the sparkle and I'll call it champagne. And then the other side is plain, so you don't have, it's not a difficult choice. See, this one is a little bit Japanese. I tried to use all the paper in my cards. This one is beautiful with the big flowers. You can fussy cut some of them. This is the fleur de lis. Did I say that correctly? Yes. All right. And this one, are there any Harry Potter fans out there? Yay, well look closely at this. Do you see the key? keys. Remember all the keys floating? Yeah, this could be a Harry Potter card. Okay? So super versatile. I'm going to put these away. Okay, and then we have this stamp set. So we've got the Eiffel Tower. We've got some really vintagey things. I'll go into them later. Some of them are missing. Then we have these framelets. They're on blocks. They're not really missing. There's Amour, Merci, Fleur de Lis die, a nice little swirly thing, and then the two Eiffel Towers. Did I get my hand in the way? Okay. Okay, then there's Forever Blossoms. So there are 2 suites in this bundle. Okay? It's a big deal. This one has a big, beautiful cherry blossoms, lots of nice words, rosebud. This is just from the dollar store. And lots of framelets. So if you guys like the fussy things of lots and lots of flowers and building and layering, you're going to love this one. We've got some champagne rhinestones. Look at how beautiful they are. And I've used, I'm going to lay that down and shaking. There's lots and lots of rhinestones on there. I already used quite a few and there's still tons left, so they go a long ways. Then we have this 3D embossing folder. Okay, really, really nice. And the last thing is this metallic edge ribbon in petal pink. It's beautiful. Can you see it? You'll see it better on my cards. He's doing a great job though. Right? Yeah. All right, so, let me see. All right, before I get started on the cards, I want to share something with you, and I think you might agree. One thing that we need less of in our lives is frustration. Yes? Okay. So when people come to us for a stamping class, we don't want them to be frustrated at all. We want it to be a relaxing experience. So you want to guarantee success, and there are 3 ways. You need to use your Stamparatus. Does everyone have a Stamparatus? Woo! Okay? I have 3 Stamparatuses. Is that a word? Okay, because, anyway, yeah. The fonts in here, if he focuses in on that, they're beautiful. So even for a beginner stamper, they want their words to be dark, they want their words to be crisp. And the way to make that happen is the Stamparatus. Okay, because if they screw up the words, they're done for the first, they're going to be frustrated. The teeth are gnashing, the brow is furrowed, and they have an angry on. They've got an ugly on. We don't want that, okay? So every card needs to be a wow card, even if it's simple. The second thing is an embossing buddy. I didn't take mine with, but you all know what an embossing buddy looks like. The purpose of the embossing buddy is that it stops embossing powder from being yucky in places where you don't want it to be, right? This third thing is a silicone mat. Tombow, oh sorry, here. Gosh. And a sponge. Okay, and if I forget, if I start stamping and I don't remind you by my 3rd card how to do this, then shout out to me. Embossing buddy, Jackie, Tombow, silicone mat, okay? I used it for my words and for the Eiffel Tower. So, are we ready to stamp? I have never stamped on stage before, so I'm a little bit nervous. I can talk and I can stamp, but publicly is a different thing. It looks really easy, but when you have to stamp in front of this many people with a... Okay, how many of you guys think that most beginner cards are a little bit ugly? So when I was asked to present, I thought I better do the beginner card first, but I don't think a beginner card has to be ugly, okay? And have you ever noticed that your beginner stampers, kids too, do you ever do kids classes? You know what they love to do? Stamp, stamp, stamp. They want all the stamps. They stamp everywhere. So guess what we're going to do with our beginner card? We are going to do collage stamping. There we go. Thank you. Now, I happen to think that the beginner card is allowed to have a bow. Do you know why? I make all my bows for my customers. Most of them hate making bows, so the bows are tied ahead of time. There's another